Welcome to this episode of DIY3DTech.com. In this episode, we're going to do a bit of an unboxing. So, got a box from my favorite company, GeeeBest, out of China. Looking forward to unboxing it. Quite frankly, I can't remember what's in here. You guys probably know from the title because I put it on there. So let's go ahead and let's open this up and see what we got. It's always a surprise when these show up on the doorstep. So let's take a look at what we have. So what we have is the GeeeTech A10M 3D printer. Now, I ordered this one to review for a specific reason. This has the dual extruder but one nozzle type of dual filament approach. So it has a mixing nozzle. Now, I know what you guys are thinking, and that's what I sort of thought at the beginning too, is what would I want something like this for? Just to mix colored filaments. I mean, that kind of, what's the functionality? But, there's a but here. I got thinking about this. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in the near future, the but here. But I want to focus on unboxing this because I have some novel ideas I want to give it a try. So, looks like it's pretty well packaged. Also came rather quickly, so things appear to be in good shape. Looks like the controller. So it looks like we'll have to mount and plug in the controller. So let's take some of these parts out of the box. Looks like we got the extruders here, 2 extruders. Let's take a look at one of them. Let's see what they look like. They're geared extruders, so I like that a lot. So it's a Bowden style, obviously, and so plastic on the front here, but metal on the bottom, so that looks pretty nice. So let's go ahead and pull these out. So here's another one, and again, I want to get this out of the way. So that looks pretty nice. Everything looks like in good order. And then it looks like we have to lift this out of the box, and this looks like the base. Looks very nice, the appearance of it all. So let's go ahead and take this top piece out. More parts. Always love it when you have more parts. So set that off to the side. So we have the power supply here. This is kind of interesting. So it's got an XT connector. I don't know if you guys remember, but I had a problem with my Tarantula back in the day, and I had to switch to XT connectors, and so looks like they stole the idea from me. I don't know if anybody else is using XT connectors. Bag of parts. Hey, look at a mouse pad. It's what I didn't need, but it was nice of them. It's a thought that counts, right? 1 GB memory card, some more connectors. Looks like probably the screen, the obligatory power cord. It is the correct power cord for me here in the United States. And here is the gantry assembly. Looking very much CR10-ish. Pull this bad boy out. And it's like a single axis Z. And then it looks like we have the hot end down here. I'll get into this a little bit more. The way the belts are put on is rather interesting. So tell you what, let me kind of get this all laid out a little bit better, and then let's come back. Okay, welcome back. So I've got this laid out on the bench a little bit, and the only thing I really can't figure out is this big bag of bolts. Because what it shows on here is not quite that many bolts, and it looks like those that I need are in here. So we'll have to play it by ear how we use these bolts. So kind of a long story short, this appears to bolt on top of here, much like the CR10. Whoops, a little bit more wiring. One of the things I want to point out though is it's got this ribbon cable, one of these really fine ribbon cables. And basically this clip has gotten me in trouble before. So this clip pops up here and the cable slides in underneath with obviously the contacts going to the bottom side. because you can hopefully you can see the one top side's got a blue piece of tape like on it, and then the bottom has contacts, and so it appears it goes on the bottom from the way it looks, and then this clip goes down to hold it. I'm not a huge fan of these, and these can get a little bit temperamental, so we'll see how that goes, because this seems to attach to the rail over here via 2 bolts on here. So we got the control unit that's already built in, sealed, nice fan. Appears to have sort of like the JG Aurora type bed, black diamond bed on here, so might be an issue with PLA. I might change this up. My buddy Stan was telling me about a bed he's been using with a lot of success. I've been pretty much using PEI and some other GeeeTech clones for a while with pretty good success, but if Stan says it's good, I'm going to probably check it out, and I'll probably do it on this one. As you can see, these just are held on with the bigger paper clips. Not a huge fan of that. It does work. We'll test it out. The one thing, and I don't know if I can get it in here, I'll probably do a little bit more in the future, is the actual nozzle, in which there's another one in here, because it'd probably be a hard time zooming in on it. This is not your standard run-of-the-mill nozzle, and they do seem to give you another one here, which is good. So it's got a fairly good-sized point on it, versus what you see in a normal nozzle or a non-mixing nozzle. So I'm really interested, because again, I've got some kind of out-of-the-box ideas I want to try on some mods on this once I get this all up and working and normal. So again, it looks very much like the CR10. It appears to be a little bit more wiring than in, for example, a CR10 build. So I'm going to probably do a little bit of a fast forward through the build of this and then talk about it. I think it looks pretty straightforward. Again, this gantry bolts into the top here, and you can kind of see me in the sort of sped up version assemble this, and you take a look, and if there's any questions you can hit me up down below. Outside that, everything looks pretty standard. You have the bundles of wires back here. Everything seems to be well labeled, etc., so no big issues. Again, just I'm kind of wondering where this bigger bag of bolts goes to, because it really looks like 2 and 2 here, and that's really it for the longer bolts. And then you're going to have 2 shorter bolts over here for this guy, and it does come with the filament out detectors, which are these guys. I thought they were for the screen, but they're actually for the filament out detectors there. And it does give you some basics on assembly. So we'll go through, do a little bit of fast assembly on this, and then come back and see once it's put together. So let's go build it. Okay, welcome back. I did a brief time lapse of the assembly short of the wiring. When I got to this top part, I had to go do some research for these holders, because on the internet they show a couple different configurations, one similar to what it is here, and then one where it comes off the side. So I wanted to kind of share this as a build tip, because this bolt pattern here looks kind of strange, and the reason for this bolt pattern is these are a little bit ambidextrous, because you can bolt them this way, and basically using these rather small T-bolts and T-nuts and bolts, in here. So you see I got 2 of them. So you could put them this way, or you can put them this way. Now I chose this way because I wanted to come back around here to feed in. And the other piece is the rather uniqueness of these kind of gimbal mounted filament out sensors. So again, it'll loop back around, then come back in here through the sensor into the extruder, and then down the Bowden tubes. Also notice how these extruders are mounted, and how basically they bump up to these brackets. So this kind of roughly aligns and kind of puts everything in center. Now I measured to the center of this and perfectly aligned everything here, so I think this is good. One of the things I'm a little bit, I don't want to say nervous about, but I'm going to address a little bit, is the fact I'm going to have two spools of filament up here, and if I push on this, it does torque the gantry a little bit. You know, for common everyday printing use, you know, just Joe average, pardon the pun, I think it'd be okay. If you really want to get higher tolerances, though, I can see this being a bit of a problem on this gantry. So I am going to look at doing some gantry mods, or maybe there's some already out there in Thingiverse. But I think I'll put two stanchions down here, because obviously the power supply comes in the back here. And you have your Z motor in the back here, but I think I can do two off the front pretty easy. Outside of that, assembly was pretty basic, nothing real big. Again, this was kind of the most complex thing, because again, if you look on the internet and you go to the GeeeTech site, there's a couple different perturbations of how these can be mounted, and so this is the way I went, and kind of as a build tip, wanted to share it, and this appears to be roughly about the best. Now, the one thing I'm going to point out is, as far as wiring goes, it leaves a lot to be done in cable management. So, you know, as you can see here, I just have this kind of draped over in that, and they give you some zip strips to kind of zip strip things up. You know, so the wiring could be a little bit cleaner, but again, not bad or problematic. It's just something that has to be dealt with. So I've already started working on some designs. I'll do another video on, you know, how I clean up the wiring and some designs, because I'm making some brackets and that kind of stuff in OpenSCAD to make this a little bit better. So anyways, oh, the other thing is, remember I was talking about those bag of bolts at the onset? I think they just dropped those in by accident because I didn't use them at all. I took them out of the package, you know, to kind of see what they were, but it didn't do anything. Now, again, I've got this, so it's powered up. Powers up nicely. The cable's connected. Again, I'm not so hip about having this cable here. You know, again, it's okay. It doesn't catch anything, but, you know, if you throw some tools, you know, it runs the risk of being pulled out, something like that. So kind of use a little bit of care here. The overall look of the machine, I think, is great. I really give it a thumbs up. I like the looks of this all together. It looks pretty, you know, badass, if you will. So I'm kind of excited to get to use it. We'll do another video where we do some printing and stuff. It does look like it's got provisions for a bed leveling sensor. One did not come with this, so I'm assuming that's an option. I'm not sure exactly where that would plug in into this whole scenario over here. I like the looks of the extruder itself, or sorry, not the extruder, really, the hot end down here. It all looks pretty good. The gantry seems to be pretty stable and well put together. So again, I'm giving this a big thumbs up. I'm happy with it for the money. I think this mixing nozzle is a unique attribute, and I think we'll see more of this in the future, because again, the way that I plan on experimenting with this is going to be a little bit different. I've got some ideas I'm not prepared to talk about yet. I got to work them out a little bit more. This does have a mixing function on it, so you can mix from the controller according to the instructions. So I look forward to playing with that, and kind of all in all, it went together really well. So hopefully you found this build interesting. If you did, hey, give it a big thumbs up. I'll have links for this printer down below if you're interested in getting one. You know, I think it was sub $300, so really affordable. Nice build area, just overall nice looks. Again, easy to build. And if you have any questions, hit me up. Or if you have any suggestions too, also hit me up. Have you done something interesting G-code wise with this? Because this is one of the things I really want to experiment with. What can I do in G-code to control these two extruders and do some interesting things with? So hit me up with that. Swag Shop will be up in the corner, and we'll see you guys in the next video where we start printing with this guy. Cheers.
Please click like below and subscribe to the channel.